Well, good evening, fellow traders. Black Coffee Trader coming to you on a Wednesday, December the 6th, and today was a terrible day. If I know it's just evals, but having such a bad red day really sucks, especially when 2 days ago on Monday we had our best day trading. Today we had our worst day trading, almost the same numbers. If it weren't for making $65 on the funded account today, would be a total disaster. And I guess keeping it in perspective, we're going to have bad days. That's part of trading. I've had two of them back to back, coming off that great day on Monday. And it is what it is. We've got to learn from that and move on and be better. But the goal is we buy a lot of evals in hopes of passing as many as we can. So you're going to have casualties along the way. We're not, losing any of these counts, anytime soon. Even though we had such a bad day, I did take adjusted my GAT settings and allowed a bigger loss on these top three accounts because I made a mistake. I thought they were resetting today. Those actually reset yesterday, and these 7 or 8 accounts are resetting today. So we've got a brand new month on all of these accounts, plus I've got a bunch of 50s that I haven't even traded yet. So it is what it is. But when I look through my trades, and I was just thinking before I started recording this video, what happened and what was wrong with today. And I think that the thing that I noticed as I looked at the charts, and if I go back to Monday, which I did here a little bit ago, I do the best on these sharp V's. Now, here at the open or mid-morning area, I didn't do very well. I did not take this trade at all, and I don't really know why. I think I just may not have. I might have left my computer and wasn't looking at screens, or because I didn't see this move happening. Obviously, I had misread this long entry at the top, but I didn't trade that. I also didn't trade this move down, which I was not paying attention or left or something. I'm pretty in and out typically. But I did trade these yellow circles are my PA trades, and I did obviously trade this backside, and I did quite well. So I think, and I traded a lot of the chop, and I think the anticipation, like look at here, I didn't trade this down move, but here I did trade the upswing, and I had a very good upswing. I mean, all positive trades and some really good winners in there. And then I was looking for a rollover, and I was shorting this, and couple of wins, couple of losers. I was just looking for this downtrend, and by the time that it happened, and this is really worth noting, by the time that this downtrend happened, I had already lost enough that I was starting to get very gun shy on my trade. So here we have this big candle down about 20 points, and then we have a little bit of consolidation, and I entered short, which was the right move, absolutely the right move to make. But I was so afraid of losing that as soon as we started to move into profit, I moved my stop to break even. Or a little bit ahead of break even, and I got stopped out. I mean, right here I got stopped out for a small win. And what did we do? We pulled back. It wouldn't even have come close to my stop had I just left it. And then we proceeded to form another it's almost another 20-point candle. No, 10-point candle. So 10 points, 4 times, that's 40 ticks. Times, so that's $200. That would have been a $200 trade right there. Had I think I was just in with one contract. So when you get beat up as bad as I did today, it messes with your mental game. And I think the only way to fix that is just myself being more disciplined and not trade these areas, which here I didn't. But obviously in this area I was taking trades, I was winning and losing, and unfortunately the losers hurt more than the winners did. So I think just being a better judgment of what is ideal for me, what is the proper setup, what am I looking for, and then if it's not there, I think looking back at today, I probably forced way too much today. I tried to force things to happen instead of taking the proper setup. So I take that as a learning experience. Trading with Travis says it all the time. We have winning days and we have learning days, and today's one of those learning days, we'll call it. On the PA, here, I mean, not the PA, but right here, this, look at this. This is almost embarrassing looking in hindsight. I mean, yeah, you see the market. When you take trades, you don't see what this is going to do, obviously. But, we had pulled back up out of this dip, crossed the EMA, and we were making these slow little moves, and I was just thinking, okay, this is now we're finally going to rip out of this chasm that we've been in since the open, and we're going to come back up here somewhere. Well, that never happened, and I think it's a good, I was forcing trades. I was forcing this, and I saw this big candle, and, I think I entered this trade on this candle. And then I saw this big wick and it pulled back, and as this candle was climbing, I was like, absolutely, here we go. And this thing pulls back and I see this, graveyard candle. And I remember seeing this and thinking, gosh, I should just get out. But man, it is such a hard thing to do when you're in a trade, or for me, it's a hard thing to do when you're in a trade and you're losing. It starts to go against you. You don't want to cut. I don't want to cut. I don't want to cut it out. And I should, I saw that happening and I should have just killed it. I would have walked away with it, I don't know, $50 loss, $70 loss. But, here we had a $300 loss. So it's just, there's a lot of mistakes today, a lot of mistakes. And, it's actually good that days like today happen, because I think you learn more than you do on days where things you can't make mistakes. And these painful experiences are what stick. And then it helps you to read the market better the next time around. I want to talk a little bit and show the PA trades. I was pretty happy with the PA trades. I really made two mistakes. I had one, I'll just talk through it. Here we had a really nice setup, and this is probably what I would consider an ideal setup for me. I'd obviously, this is the crazy thing. I just come off of 1, 2, 3, 4 losing trades in a row, and watch this little move. I took a small winner here, and then I decided, what? I saw this thing forming. We had this upswing. We were still not above, this area here, which this was kind of almost a triple top, but we had this bit of consolidation, and I told myself, I'm going in with the PA. I really believe from this trend, we were trending upwards. We had this consolidation. I believe we're going to move up. And I went in, and this was an excellent trade. At this trade, I was up. I think this might have been $100 and some trade, $150 maybe. I was just in one contract, but a really, really nice setup and a good trade. And then I also traded here. I kind of started to get long biased, and I should not have taken this trade at all. These trades. So loser, winner, not on the PA. And then I took another. Losing trade, went long up here at the top and got stopped out. Again went long after we went through this little dip. Let me see if I can bring this into a better perspective. We went into this little dip, and again I went long. And what I should have been doing is looking as we swung around and bumped this EMA, is go short. That's what I should have done. But I didn't. However, I did fix that problem after we started moving back down. And here we had a bit of consolidation. I entered a short, got stopped out on my trailing stop for a win. And then this trade here is just a little bit of again, too much fear of losing. I entered short once again, and I moved my stop up to this level. My stop would have been somewhere up here close to the blue line. So we pulled back, and it just stopped me out. I don't know how well you can see this, but it just stopped me out like by 2 ticks, 3 ticks, maybe a point. And then it goes exactly in my favor. So, there again, I set ATM strategies, and I should leave them alone. But on days like today, when you're on the backside of the day, this was, in the late afternoon, around 4 o'clock or 3 o'clock time, you're, I don't know, again, like I talked earlier, it wears on you mentally. But so I had the right trade, I had the right call. I just moved my stop too tight and didn't let the trade do what the trade needed to do, or this would have been another winner, and we probably would be over 50. Well, we'd for sure be over 50,000 on that account now. Then I caught a couple more wins here at the bottom. Just continued to enter on shorts and caught some winners. And then here, as we went through this dip, I entered a long trade coming off of this. We had this kind of really solid consolidation here, and I just felt like we're going to be pulling back up. We're squeezed back up before we go back down, and caught a nice wind there, and I ended it there being up $65. So I was happy with how I handled that. This was an unfortunate situation. I mean, I happened to myself, but I moved that stop where I shouldn't have. But it is what it is. You learn from that, and again, I think tomorrow I'll be letting my trades run a little bit better. I am going to fix my GAT on these top several accounts. That definitely needs to happen. In fact, let's just go to the 137 account. That account is set up properly. And let's go to daily loss. Yeah, okay, we're good there. So now I'm going to just copy to account 133, account 134, and account 135. That way I don't have these big losers on those accounts tomorrow, because I want to save them. I mean, we're at 51,000 on the top two. We were at 52,200. Frustrating. I mean, I lost everything I made on these accounts this week, it sucks. Not by much, but by a little. I am also going to go to I'm going to take GAT settings off on this 152. Depending on how this market looks, I may do the same thing I did with this 153 account, which I just flipped today. I may try to pass that on one day. I'm not going to be successful at that every time, I know that, but I may try it on one more. So I'm going to take my 152, and basically I'm going to take the profit target, the drawdown, and total trades, take all that off. I don't care about the winning and losing timeout, that's okay. Weekly loss, that's off. Yeah. Okay. That way, I don't have any. I'm not GAT protected basically on that account. I can blow it in 2 seconds if the market goes against me. So, the 152 account, depending on how the market goes tomorrow, we may try to do the same thing we did with this 153, and see if we can pass it in one day, going in with this 10 contract setup. So, I think I'm going to leave it at that. Today's today. Tomorrow's a new day. The beauty of not blowing out your accounts, even though we had a huge red bloodbath, is they are here tomorrow. And 51,000, 51. This one, 150K is 900 underwater. These accounts are not blown by any stretch of the imagination. So tomorrow's a new day. We'll get back on the horse and we'll ride again. So hope you had a good day, a better day than I did. It's probably not too hard to do that. So do well tomorrow. Wish you the best of luck trading, and we'll catch up with you later.